Hey, it's Jane, and you're probably wondering, oh wow, where have you been? Where have I been? I have been rebranding. I will turn 60 in July, and a couple years ago, following my own program, I realized that still things weren't changing theoretically through microcurrent like I thought. And those of you that have been on the journey with me know I really dug deep to get into fascia and learn more about it. In fascia, if you even Google it today, so many incredible, knowledgeable people are coming out with the same message that I intuitively knew back in 2013. It played a much bigger part in our aging than what was given acknowledgement to. So through this journey, I kind of took a break. I stopped seeing clients a lot and I really started being a student again, learning, partnering with a terrific mentor out of Winnipeg, Canada, Deanna Hansen of Block Therapy. And then she and I created a facial program, which I needed to do myself to really make sure it worked. And I want to show you a before and after, and I want to show you in my before and the change in the after why it made such a difference. So I'm going to pull up this picture. This is very humbling, to say the least, because this was something that I thought I looked a lot better than I did. So let's take a look, okay? This photo on the left, your left, was January 1st, 2025. This photo on the right was taken March 3rd. And that's a year later. So this is January 25. This is March 3rd, 2026. That's a long time, isn't it? It's a long time in the beauty world. Like if you thought about beauty, what we think about beauty timing, right? We think it's like we're like a dog, like every year is like 7 years in beauty terms. But when you're doing something consistently that you believe in, you really start to realize that this is kind of like brushing your teeth, right? So you're brushing your teeth, you're not brushing your teeth to go to the dentist to get, an A+ report every day. It's kind of like a every 6 months when you get your teeth clean thing, right? So let's look at this first photo. I wasn't even particularly tired. I can't even say, oh, this was a stressful time because it really wasn't. Um, it was New Year's Day, but I don't even think I did anything crazy that night. Anyway, so what was bugging me in aging for me actually wasn't loss of volume. It was accumulation of volume, and I couldn't figure it out. I was looking at my mother. I was looking at my friends. I was looking at all of these people. How was everybody I know aging different, and yet we're all doing pretty much the same thing? We can start out at kind of the forehead. You can see the forehead looks pretty good. I will be honest, this was January 25 was the year I gave up Botox. So I probably still had some Botox in there. Um, we can see the heaviness over my eyes. I've always had a particularly heavy brow, which we're going to go into the whys. Then we look at the eyes. And the eyes, I swear I would look in the mirror and I go, okay, this eye is smaller. What's wrong with it? Why is this eye smaller? I'd look at pictures when I was younger. I didn't have small eyes. I looked at my daughter. She has big, beautiful eyes, which probably came from her father, but I still didn't have squinty little beady eyes. And then the cheeks, I kept thinking, holy mackerel, what is going on with these cheeks? Um, I had broken my nose as a kid 3 times. Never thought about it. It was from a small town. They didn't do, you know, I didn't think I even knew about cosmetic surgery back then. The mouth area. I did notice this tremendous amount of change, and it was starting to look like my mom. Mom, I love you. But we do tend to get wrinkles around here. And I think this, I've always said it's repression of things, but I think it's almost repression of emotion, not saying things. My neck, you can't really see it too much in this picture, but you do see the fine lines gathering. You also see kind of this clinging to the sternocleidomastoid. I'm going to try to get my highlighter out here. So here is a highlighter. Okay, maybe I don't know how to use this. Um, so it's not, I don't know how to highlight, but anyway, in this area, you can see that there's a lot, there's some clinging. And so what this clinging is fascia loves to grip to whatever it can. And many times in this like cheekbone area, right? This area was clinging to the bone. And as this collagen clings, it builds and it stabilizes. So if you followed me in this journey, you have come to realize that I am a big advocate of releasing what's going on in the body that makes the head kind of like, it's up here and the body is stabilizing. And what happens in the body is reflected in the face. So I started doing this program called Block Therapy. And I'm a huge advocate. I am a big fan of Deanna Hansen and Quinn, her nephew, Caslin. Both have an amazing perspective on fascia. I have learned a lot, and I'm a big fan of the work I'm doing with the knowledge I've learned from them. So I thought today I would share a little bit how I have gone in and started to refine this area, open my eyes. So we can go back to that before picture super fast and we can look at some changes. But whereas here we had this bulk, right? So here we have this bulk area, kind of should probably learn how to do this before I try to do it online. This bulk, and now in this bulk, and now look at the difference here and here. Also in the eye area, here you can barely see the white of my eye. Here it's much more open. There's also, when you look at this, a total difference in the expression. When you really start to look at the left-hand side, I'm looking out and I'm almost fearful. And in the right side, I'm looking out with presence and ownership. I don't want to go too much over these before and afters because Deanna and I have a podcast called Beauty in the Block. And we do go over this from what was released in the body, what's released in the face, quite a bit. But I wanted to show you a little bit and talk to you a little bit more what you can do with your fingers, what you can do with a paddle, a wood paddle going in, and if you're a fan of the anma, what you can do with the anma. I mentioned before, fascia grips. So we have the orbital bone right in here, right? So it's a bone, and then we have a round muscle. But a lot of times it's controlled in the temples. So if you're a clincher, these two muscles, the masseter and the temporalis, they work together. So we're going to work in these areas, but we're not going to do it today. Today, I'm going to show you a quick trick with one eye that you can start doing to change the shape and the intention or the intensity of the eye area. So first of all, I just want you to take a finger right at the corner. So kind of here and then going in. And I just want you to put your finger in there. And this is a little scary. And you might be like, oh, I'm not going very far. Great, don't go very far. just go where your comfort level is, okay? You can close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, you have more feeling. And I want you to feel in there, and you're probably going to feel a little ligament. I just want you to hold gently. Don't want you to be aggressive. You know the depth. And now I want you to take your eyes, and I want you to look left. Now again, you're not going too far in. You never go further than what the body will allow. Never pass through. But as you hold here, you will start to release that tension, and your finger may go welcomely, the body kind of welcomes it to go a little bit deeper. So we just kind of go into this area. That's all I want you to do. And I want you to look to your nose, so to the right. I want you to look to the left. I want you to look up to your scalp. I want you to look down to your mouth. Now you'll feel tension in this area. That's all of the eye tension that nobody talks about. But as our eyes get tense from looking and staring or squinting, all that tissue comes in and that muscle gets tighter, just like a hamstring. Okay, like I'm sure that that's not completely accurate like a hamstring, okay, but like another muscle. And as these eye muscles get tight, they get fatigued. So working and doing the eyes in kind of a clockwork pattern and pressing the tissue around the orbital rim begins to release that area. It's not eye surgery. It's not replacement of getting your eyes done. But when you choose to get your eyes done, if you do, you're going to go in with healthy tissue around this area. And if you don't choose to do it, you're going to release the tension that seems to stick there unknowingly. And I always call these the subliminal signs of aging. So if you don't want to use your fingers or your nails are particularly long, you can use the corner of the anma. Again, just kind of holding and going in. I will take sometimes the other side of this paddle, and I just, can you see my little dog bit on that? I sometimes just go right in like that. And this is just getting the kind of outer corner, but that might be your comfort level for right now. And so don't do anything that you're not comfortable with. Build a little trust as we go along. The good news is I am going to start doing videos again. I don't have studio lighting. I'm doing this out of the treatment room. And I just wanted to start bringing a little bit of new information to all the information that you gather. The eyes really do hold a lot of tension. They bring in, they suck in. Then we're going to start working on the nose and the nose shape, the temples, and the tension in the temples. We'll cover little bits and pieces all the time that you can take into your bathroom or the bedroom and start to do your own fascial research journey. If you're interested in more information, you can go to my website, byjanemann.com. I do have quite a bit of information and links that can take you to block therapy. We even have a face class using the paddle. I will put the link in I guess, the notes of this, but I will also, it's also on my website. And then you can go to the link that's also in the notes with this YouTube to block therapy and take a look around there. And if you have any questions or comments, I love to hear them. If you have mean comments, if that makes you feel better posting them, you can. Otherwise, just keep them to yourself because I'm not asking you to watch this video. You chose to watch it. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks.